What is the best wood to build furniture with? Let's talk about it. My name is Layani, and together with my husband, I own a wood furniture business here in North Dallas. And today I'm going to be talking about the woods that we work with the most. Walnut, white oak, pecan, maple, ash, and red oak. We do work with poplar every now and then, but not really for dining tables or coffee tables, so let's skip that one. But I'm going to be talking about some pros and cons, staining about each one of these, and I hope this information is useful to you. Let's start with the designer's favorite, white oak. White oak stains beautifully, both in lighter colors and in darker colors. It's a very hard wood, very dense. The graining is very tight, which makes it water resistant. Sometimes it's used for outdoor furniture, even for boat building. The tree takes a little longer to grow. That's why it's so dense. It's considered a premium hardwood. So whenever you go for high-end, the luxury homes, you're normally gonna choose white oak. It's a little bit pricier than the other options that we offer, but it's worth. Very durable, very hard. For the same price range that we offer white oak, we offer walnut wood. There's American walnut, black walnut, a few different species. We work mostly with black walnut, and it has this characteristic chocolate color. We don't stain it. We only use an oil that the wood absorbs and really the color really pops up. Walnut is also used a lot for cutting boards because your tools don't get dull with it because it's kind of a soft wood. It's great to work with. Also very high end. You can see a lot of walnut in mid-century furniture. It also has some golden flashes in the middle of the color. So you have that mix of dark and light, but all natural characteristic from this wood. Next, we're gonna be talking about pecan or hickory. Pecan is a species of hickory. Many woodworkers don't like working with it because it is such a hard wood, so dense, that it can dull your tools pretty easily. But at the same time, it has beautiful characteristics. Like a single plank can have a lot of color variation. You can go from super light to reddish orangey tone, which makes it tricky for some clients. Some clients don't like that. But if you want some saw marks and a more rustic style, pecan is a great wood to work with. Maple, on the other hand, it's a very smooth wood. It doesn't have a lot of texture or character, but very light color, fine graining, and kind of tricky to stain. It can get blotchy sometimes. And it also doesn't stain very easily in darker colors. So we don't stain maple, for example, in black stains. When clients want something smooth and more modern, they tend to go with maple. We sell it a lot here in our shop. Maple is not a very heavy wood if it's silver or soft maple. Of course, hard maple is incredibly heavy, but we work mostly with silver maple, and clients love it because of the texture, because of the smoothness. Great wood to work with. All right, moving on to ash wood. This wood is kind of an affordable option. It's almost as hard as white oak, so great option, but it has a lot of graining, lots of texture. It has a white graining pattern. So some clients don't like that. It's a lot of character, but it stains beautifully too in both colors. It tends to have some golden graining popping up when you stain it in darker colors, but still looks beautifully. It is one of our top sellers. I would say like 60% of the time we go with this one, of course, because of the price and the durability. It's an amazing wood. Again, it can look good in modern style furniture, but consider that white grain that you're gonna be seeing a lot there. Last but not least, red oak. Red oak is a very traditional wood, very classic and well-known here in the US. It is not super hard. Comparing to ash, for example, it's almost the same price, but ash is incredibly harder. So we tend to go with ash more. Red oak is also tricky to be stained in lighter colors. It has a red color undertone, so it gets that pinkish finish. So if it's a darker color, that's great, but lighter, it's a little tricky. And clients, if they want the oak graining, they tend to go to white oak, which is more a high-end look. These are the woods we work with the most. It is very hard to choose one because it really depends on each project, depends on each client, depends on the look that they want, depends on their style. So it's hard for us to say what's our favorite wood. I would say I love white oak because it's so easy to work with. It is durable, it stains beautifully, both in dark and lighter colors, but here are a few options that we work with, and I hope we helped you.